It is the perfect time to start with everybody crying.
So, what happened last time, Halldamir?
We decided that, you know what, those bandits, not that cool. And the necrotic person in the hole was just even worse. So we decided, yeah, they need to die some extra much. So we went in there, kicked some fucking ass, didn't find another horrible, destructing necrotic thing. Did find some awesome amounts of money, as well as a text towards a great upgrade for Thorin's Warhammer in the future. We saved a lovely lady and her 2 children, and gave the townsfolk all of their shit back. Then, when we got back, Harleo Thornton was like, you know all those ledgers about all of the stolen goods that shows me not being bothered at all? Yeah, I want to buy those from you. And we were like, no, that's a bit dodgy. And then we found out that she's from like a kind of a risky, kind of dodgy mercenary company. But she kind of actually told us the truth that she is kind of working for the townmaster because he's a fucking idiot and can't do numbers. So, yeah. We still didn't sell it to her because fuck her. And we got some apples from Darren Edemarth. And we're like heroes and stuff. And now we're gonna go do side quests, I believe, which involve many things.
There was also a few story developments.
There were story developments.
Yes. Among other things, we found out that Silda's good old friend who went missing actually leads these bandits.
Yes, I remember now. I remember this.
Yes.
Glassstaff.
Yeah, Glassstaff, and he disappeared.
And he's also a wizard.
He's a
who
wizard.
Would have known with a nickname like Glassstaff and a Glassstaff.
Yeah, we should have really seen that coming.
You also found some damning correspondence.
Yes.
Yarno.
Yeah, it's all damning, and they rode off up the tribal trail, up and away. So yeah, that's not really a track we can follow at this moment in time. There were also undead skeletons and stuff. That happened.
What?
I am running on little sleep today. Little sleep.
So yeah, few.
So, I think that was sufficient.
Was it?
Alright. So there's been at least a day where you have sort of, you've rested up, you've, gathered your wits together, healed up, whatever else you need to do. And this has also been a somewhat important sort of development for most of your characters. So I would like a little bit of a description of what your characters has been doing in this downtime, because all of you except Naivara has finally chosen a specialization, as it were.
So,
Yeah, Naivara, what the hell?
I chose it years ago, peasants.
fancy you, Snowflake. Well, in Thorin's case, he has spent most of our day of downtime, first of all, acquiring some writing supplies, and then attempting to write things onto a piece of paper, which he subsequently, like, turned into like a paper ball and threw away, and then he stopped writing things, looking in thought, to say the least.
Oh, Thorin.
Mumbling to himself. But what he was writing about, we'll probably do a bit later.
Them crickets.
Revar? What has Revar been doing?
Well, he has been out and away from his siblings because finally they would allow him to have a little bit of time of his own without them coming and asking if he was okay or or what's up or anything like that. And that was nice because now he can do all his secret training without them seeing it.
Mm.
And that's what he's been doing. He's been speaking to his spirit familiar, and he's been trying to practice a little bit of the things he has found and has learned, and has been hiding from the others. And he's beginning to feel a little more confident. Like he did well below the manor, and now with this, he's a true adventurer at this point. Things change, and well, he's changing to adapt to them, so to speak. It's a little rough, but he looks forward to showing his siblings what he can do.
Mm. Zimri?
Well, the thing is, the valor part is not really different from what I've been doing.
Zimri just does it extra hard.
Well, I suppose this time he'd go in at the inn. He starts inspiring with the music instead of telling it. So he's actually more into his instrument now than before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He's found a renewed inspiration in music.
Yeah, and this time he can actually make people cry. That's how inspiring it is.
Did you say valor? I thought you choose lore.
Yeah, lore, sorry.
Okay. So you belong to the Bardic College of Lore.
Well, yeah, because the other valor, I didn't get anything good before. I didn't get anything before level 7.
Well, there we go. Zimri took a look at the career plans and was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's really not enough advancement.
He's like, yeah, nah.
He's
Malachi, are you wearing my wedding ring?
Maybe. I don't think so.
That's a bit awkward.
okay, well,
Sorry.
with that.
Yeah, you are.
Right, thank you. You must have taken mine then.
I didn't mean to. Sorry, guys.
Go on.
Onwards
It's
and upwards.
adorable.
So, yes. Naivara has also had some sort of epiphany, perhaps.
Yeah, she's realised that we get hurt a lot. Well, by we she means Zimri herself and Thorin, and who else to turn to other than the one of the best deities that she knows, and obviously she means Lathander, not any crap Thorin talks about. I mean, what the fuck. But every morning, just before dawn, Naivara drags Thorin and Zimri out, probably much to their disgust. But at this point, she's already been awake a few hours, and she drags them to the square, like where we are, just by the Shrine of Luck, and she prays for just a little bit. Though the keen-eared of you, or anyone who actually tries to listen, would hear her calling on Lathander to keep the youth and vitality strong in her siblings, so they can do his holy work, including banishing evil and undead, because that's a thing we did, and he loves that shit. Though she feels a bit tired afterwards, she always seems in a better mood, and always seems extra chippy after that. And Zimri, Naivara, and Thorin feel extra vital and youthful.
Perhaps as the first rays of dawn hit them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like perfect timing. It's beautiful. It's like it just crests over over like the hills in the orchard, and then everything gets bathed in the morning glow, and there you go.
I have some good news.
Okay.
Guess who got a Kana?
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
We got a
That is
Kana
good.
now.
Alright, so bathed in the holy morning light of Lathander, yourself and your siblings feel revitalized.
Yes. In beautiful morning sunlight.
Right.
It's-
As you,
It is
as you-
probably.
Hmm?
It is probably at that moment then when we are basically about ready with breakfast and preparations and whatnot, and perhaps just about to set out, that Thorin would ask the party, his siblings, to just stay for a little bit longer because he has something to talk about.
I
He'll
suppose in the morning we'll have Ryvar have sort of snuck in.
probably at least joins us for breakfast, right?
Yeah.
We'll pause for a bit. But let's go to the proper table here, shall we?
A lot closer to the door.
Nope. There's some Dragonborn love going on there.
What? Well, Thorin would be like, well, siblings, I've been thinking about some things. I think we've done some very good things, but, well, we've also fought some rather questionable things about what we would want to do to certain people in the city. So he kind of glances towards Riva. I think it is very important that we continue helping people, but there need to be limits, in a sense, guidelines. I know that all the heroes of old had some sort of tenets they believed in, some sort of limitations or perhaps motivations even. Of course, I can't make you follow what I think is right, but perhaps you can at least listen what I think my rules shall be, and perhaps adopt them yourself in whatever form you feel would be appropriate. Thorin kind of clears his throat and stops. I did initially write these down, but I don't think they are really supposed to be written rules, more like something, like, it's more important than laws. I mean, well, here goes nothing. I will judge people by their actions, not their faults. I cannot expect absolute purity of the soul from everyone, but it is everyone's duty to fight their inner demons. But if those demons take control, I will become your enemy. I will fight my enemies with patience, absolute focus. I will not allow distractions or lack of preparation as an excuse for failure. If my enemies run and hide, I will follow with indefatigable purpose. I will do what needs to be done, whether it means inconvenience, danger, or working with ideals I personally do not agree with. If it becomes necessary, I will not hesitate. Just as I will take credit for my accomplishments, will I accept my failures. I will not blame others, nor will I blame circumstance or destiny. I will follow my destiny, but greatness will need to be earned. Those are the things that I have decided to believe in. And I will not say that you should too, but think about why you do things and how far you would go.
Oh, no, so there's no limit then to what you will do to defeat your enemies?
Well, it depends, I suppose. It depends mostly on my own judgment and my own perception, which are not perfect. Only the gods are perfectly pure and perfectly omniscient. I am not. I will make mistakes. I will under and overestimate what I can do. But I will not do something just because I have doubts. If I think I can do something to make this world a better place, then I shall.
Myra just sort of gives a half shrug, leans back on the bench.
And perhaps at this moment, having sworn this oath of vengeance against the evils of the world, perhaps Foreign feels a bit elated, as if the gaze of Bahamut momentarily swings towards him. And new purpose, new energy seems to sort of swell up in him.
He's certainly happy. Seems happy with the things he said. Perhaps the hope that his siblings here take up similar ideals is rather obvious, but he won't press it too much.
And the door opens. And Sildar steps in. He looks very tired. And looks around and sees you, and then moves forward and says, hello, friends. Looks at the bench, sees that it's full, and sort of leans against the wall instead.
Myra will stand and let him have his seat.
Oh, he nods, thank you. Sits down a little bit, leans forward and says, so, we're still sort of redistributing all the loot and ill-gotten gains from the bandit hideout. That will take a few days at least to sort all of that out, but the town is helping, and everything is going smoothly so far. Looks over at you. So, tell me, what will the heroes of Phandalin go next, huh?
Well, there are many things we still have to do. Our goal in the end is, of course, to find father, but we do not yet know where this castle or whatever he's being held at is. Besides, I don't think he's really in danger.
Silla nods. Gundren was always tough as rock. I think he is fine. So he scratches the back of his head. Probably not very comfortable. But I do not think there is an immediate and acute threat to his life. And as you said, we do not know where the castle is.
If anything, the danger is that once we get there, he might already be free. Which would be embarrassing, because I think it would be very appropriate if the four of us, well, I suppose the five of us, saved him.
Sildar smiles a little bit, taps, pats Foreign on the shoulder and says, "Well, you should have a thought of where to go next. You are all extraordinary individuals, just as your father told me. And wherever you go, you seem to make things better. And it seems to me that is something this countryside and this village needs sorely. Still."
The most useful thing that I think we could do, perhaps even first, would be to take care of those supposed orcs lingering about. As was said before, with the protection, or rather the bandits of the town gone, those orcs might become more of a problem.
Sildar nods. It will take some time to organize a proper defense of the town. I have taken it upon myself. It is sort of why I came here, well, one of the reasons I came here in the first place, after all, to try to bring some order to this place. And I will be organizing a bit of a militia, I think. Trying to get these peasants to hold a sword and shoot a bow properly.
And after that, I think we should find a way to track down your old friend, Sildar. He still has things to answer for.
Sildar grimaces. Yes, he most assuredly has. If you can bring him back alive, I would like that a lot, but if he forces your hand, well, then it might be better to Well, take him out. I knew him as knowledgeable and calculating, and to have such a mind work for an enemy is not a good thing. As I said, though, I would prefer him to be captured alive, if possible. If nothing else, I want to talk to him, and he needs to stand trial.
He might not give us a choice. He used his
Nods.
magic against me the last time we met.
Nods. If he does not give you a choice, then that is that.
We also did find something about some sort of magical weapon, didn't we?
Nevara nods. About a warhammer near Mount Hot now. Mount Hout now. Hout now. Hout now.
No, no,
No, that
No.
was with the
Oh yeah. that was the
undead.
other- Yeah.
no.
Where was the
Well,
Thunder
thing?
trees near the mountain.
Yes,
Thunder
Thunder Tree
Tree.
is near. Is near.
That's where the
Mount Hot
druid
now.
Oh no,
Oh,
Hodnau
yeah.
was with the house that had like the treasure we could take.
Yes,
There we go.
yes.
it's in Thunder Tree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's also where the druid went, whom we should search for because he would be able to tell us where the location of the castle is.
Yes. I remember now. Nevara corrects herself. Now that she remembers all of this great detail.
Well, regarding this magical warhammer, I do not want to appear greedy, but if destiny seeks to equip myself, then I should not disagree with it.
Also, the Warhammer was called Lightbringer. It was commissioned by clerics of Bahamut at the Forge of Spells that existed somewhere in the lost Dwarven Hold / mine.
Nevara will definitely say it does seem rather destined.
Convenient.
Yeah, that it's a warhammer that is the weapon that Thorin uses, commissioned by clerics of Bahamut, the god Thorin worships, and it's definitely coincidental, and I totally agree. It could be destiny.
Of course, if all of you think there are more immediate threats, although I myself do not think so, we will find this Yarno glass staff or whatever, eventually, I'm sure.
So will we be heading off to Thunder Tree?
Let's look at the map where things are so we don't run all over the place.
You have 4 big options.
Yeah, we got the
Perfect.
Banshee too.
Yeah, we got the Banshee, we got the Orcs, we've got the Mount what now? Hoot now.
Hope now.
Hout now. Druid and Hammer. I would probably say Druid and Hammer, as that's Thunder Tree seems to be very much a almost last stop before going on to the main quest. Because that pretty much seems like the next area, as it were.
And where's Wyvern Tor, where the orcs are supposed to be?
Yes, where is Wyvern Tor?
I
You
don't
know
know.
it's somewhere in the mountains, but you have not really.
Probably Wyvern's there.
Well, you haven't really. You do know that the bounty notice was posted outside the town hall, and that they basically said, inquire within, if interested. You also have Darren Edermatt's request that you investigate Old Owl Well, since some of the mining prospectors have reported strange sightings around that place.
What do we know about Conberry?
Well, according to Sister Garrelay, Conneberry was a village once upon a time, but now it is more of a ruin. The Tribord Trail goes through the place, so it's basically impossible to miss. But it was hit very hard a couple of hundred years ago by the same orc invasion that supposedly overtook and destroyed the dwarven mine that Gundren was here seeking. Conberry is a ruin. There is no one living there, as far as Sister Garley knows. It is also the haunting ground of the Banshee Agatha.
Yeah, I'm
And
honestly
what was with
not
the
too
well?
bothered. I'm honestly not too bothered about the Banshee.
What was with the well?
Old Owl Well is an old, also an old ruin, a remnant from the Netheril Empire that existed thousands of years ago. A highly magical empire that built a lot of outposts and keeps all around the Sword Coast and like most of northern Faerun. Actually, it was a huge empire. Then it fell, and there's a lot of their ruins still around here. Old Owl Well these days has been used by the city of Neverwinter, like 100 years or so ago, or maybe it was 50. I'm a little bit unsure of the timeline, but they have used Old Owl Well as a staging ground for their forces and a watch keep against the orcs in the east. When Mount Hodenau erupted, much of Neverwinter was laid to waste, and they had to draw back their forces from Old Owl Well, and so the old place has more or less fallen into ruin at this point. There is no one there guarding to the east, and according to what Edermath told you, there has been a lot of reports from the prospectors in that area saying that there is something very strange going on there. They have seen sinister shapes and strange lights in the night and things like that around the place. And Edermath is a bit concerned and wished you to investigate.
That could be a potential danger to the area, depending on what it is.
Yes.
So it seems like we have. Well, I mean, we don't know where the orcs are, but they would certainly be their own thing. Then there's Thunder Tree, specifically, and then there's sort of Old Owl Well and Connie Berry. And we'd likely go to the city first and then south to find the well. Might as well talk to the Banshee if you were there anyway.
That's true, yeah. Maybe we could as well quickly ask where those orcs are specifically. We don't really know yet.
Could you mark it on our map?
Sure. Sildar has talked to the town master, and he can mark it on your map.
Sildar, by the way, will also get the. That we have that ledger thing. We're not going to sell it probably, and since they're dividing the sort of who was getting what from the loot dungeon, we should probably just give it to him. See, now it's almost like 3 in a line there. Isn't that
Yeah,
convenient?
looks so convenient. Just go up, cut through.
We'll be so
Go back.
decked out with loot.
Yeah. How will we carry it all? With Oxford, of course. And non-Oxford.
I do like this map. It's a nice looking map.
I like the map too.
Hexes, Joe.
You know, I like the idea of doing all of this in one chunk, and then going off to Thunder Tree.
Yeah, I agree.
I quite like that.
All right. The Banshee is important, by the way. It might endanger travelers coming that way.
Yeah.
If there's a Banshee loose in the city that we're in. I imagine it's a good place where people would stay and rest.
That's true.
So
We can stop off. Deal
it's
with
not
it.
like it's just somewhere in a cave doing nothing to nobody.
That's true. Stop off, deal with that, and be great.
Yeah. We'll be like real heroes.
Yeah. Doing all the fun stuff. Like talking to the undead, which is probably going to unnerve Novara a little.
It's good we have a talker in the group.
Well, in that case, Silla will get up and say that he will go and see to the redistribution of wealth, and later on, some sort of forming of some sort of militia. Gosh darn it!
Sounds like a good idea.
And he will
There was certainly
wish all the best.
lots of weapons down there. All the dead bandits.
Yes, there was.
Should be enough.
Yeah. He again thanks all of you for your deeds, and he heads out into town.
It looks amazing when you move a token. It's like.
Yep.
Actually walks the whole way.
I do like that.
So, I suppose we should just get going. There's no reason to delay, right?
Exactly.
Tend to agree.
In that case, you can copy your tokens to the Neverwinter region map. And put them up here in this nice little traveling.
Delete that one. It's the old one. Oh, I guess it was supposed to be there.
It was supposed to be there because it's the different levels of characters.
It's gone now.
Yes, it most certainly is.
I
I
can just
don't have a this was my backup that you just destroyed.
I can just make it again. So.
It'll never come back. But now your level 2 token has 24 HP.
Oh no, I'll do it. I know how much I have.
And okay.
It is 4 numbers that need to be changed for it to be the right level. There you go.
Why does that happen every time I move? Burglar. Burglar number 1?
You have a backup burglar down there.
No, there's only one burglar.
There you go.
But I put him on my shoulder, and if I move my token, bam!
Yeah, it kind of craps out because he's not stuck to the grid and you are, so...
You have to stack him to the grid then.
But when I do that, he is right in the middle of my...
Yep.
Yep.
It's really annoying, don't you think?
That's what happens.
Yep.
There you go. Now he's in your pocket.
All right.
Might be under the tree here.
You set off on the Tribord Trail, heading north, and then you turn east. Yes,
Yeah,
you can
music.
switch to the grasslands and plains
Number
music.
6 now.
62.
62?
62, yeah.
Yeah, 62.
Just says 6. Oh, that's Conberry I'm looking at. All right.
Yep.
Yep, 62.
62.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is a quite a beautiful morning as you turn out on the Tribord Trail, making your way east. To the east, you first see, of course, the rolling green hills of the area, and in the distance, you can see the snow-clad peaks of Icespire Peak and the Sword Mountains. Truly a monumental mountain range that goes through, much of this area. And as you make your way east, it is slowly but surely, you're creaking along, basically. I would like to know in what sort of style you travel, as in what you have with you, who is going where, what's the general marching order and stuff like that.
I mean, we're taking the wagon, right?
I presumed so.
Sure.
With supplies like food.
Some hills aren't going to stop Oxford. And if we want to travel north, then we can make a stop at Fendelin, put them there, and then... Or we just take the road or whatever.
You do have... you have been...
Sell the other ox or something?
Basically, what you've been told of the hills around Icespire Peak is that it might be possible to traverse with a wagon. If you know the area fairly well, it is probably possible to go to Old Owl Well, because there is a lot of old Netherese road ruins around that sort of can accommodate a wagon. Going up to Vervin Tor, though, that might be a bit trickier with a wagon.
So how about we
can leave it
just take Oxford with saddlebags?
Okay, sure.
All right.
That'll work.
Oxford. You could have sworn that Oxford winked at you.
He knows things.
He knows things. Apparently he does.
It is like Bahamut's avatar, there to guide you.
Out of nowhere, he
Like,
just.
good gods never have avatars that are super badass when they try to subtly influence things.
You know, you can't have something that is badass if you want to subtly influence
Exactly.
things. Because if it's a silver dragon, you're like, I should probably listen to this.
Only the truly good people know to listen to the orcs.
That's right. You can travel. Let's see here. You have. Are you walking? You can travel 3 to 4 hexes a day. Let's see. Let's say 4. 4 hexes a day you can travel.
All right. Oops, I switched maps. I should have done that.
So yes, you're walking. Are you all walking together? Like just Oxford being led by one of you, and then everyone's just walking around
I
on
think
the trail.
Riva would probably sort of maybe be a little bit off trail, just sort of striding in far enough that he can hear if something happens, but also sort of distant enough that he can keep an eye out without being too like conspicuous about it. Because when we traveled in the forest, it would have been nice if he had been a little bit around to better keep an eye on things. Basically, he's well versed in traveling roads or outside of roads and such, and he won't slow them down much. Just moving about, looking at stuff, sometimes going back to see that nothing has happened, as it probably does most of the time, and then just
Okay.
sort of out, enjoying the air.
But keeping an eye out, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
His siblings
Okay.
are rather terrible at that, so he'll just do it without being asked.
Foreigner will be at the front, leading not only the orcs but everyone in his mind, anyways, while being perfectly vigilant, which he knows doesn't mean much.
All right. Could I get a perception check then from Revar?
Sure. You can do perception.
Okay. As you, let me just do my thing here. Right. Okay. All right. As you go along, you are in late afternoon. Hasn't been too much happening during the day. You're still traveling over more or less like rolling hills with greenery. There's a light breeze in the air, and the air feels overall quite the cusp of summer definitely is here. Although from time to time, like a more cold wind comes blowing down from the mountains. Revar is strolling through the greenery, feeling probably a bit liberated. He's out of the city or the town. He, down the road a few hours in or so, he finds a rock that looks like a smiling face that he might pocket or something. He's just, gathering curios, perhaps, going down the road. And it is in late afternoon when the sun has slowly started to go down that he comes upon a stream